Hello, good morning, happy Monday from what is normally one of my most hated spots ever. Can you guess where I am? IKEA. But thankfully, this IKEA is not so big, so I'm not going to waste multiple hours of my day shopping. Today is a new day, it is a Monday. I'm also water fasting, which I typically do from a Sunday night till a Monday night, potentially Tuesday morning, depending on how I feel. So there's no food, only water and black coffee, which speeds up my day. I do that for multiple reasons, which I'll touch on later. But now we're going through beds and other furniture needed for the house build. I'll get that sorted and bring you along for it.
This is the cover. It's the cover itself on the
So we need multiple beds, babe. Just punching out an order. Couple of beds, took me about 10 minutes. That's how you do it, folks. Another good thing about water fasting is strategically timing it for IKEA, so you can't eat any of the meatballs, the cinnamon buns, the Swedish candy, which is so good. It's just a non-negotiable. You know you're not eating today, so you're not going to eat that stuff. There's a tip. If you go to IKEA, make sure you're water fasting. You're not going to eat all the delicious foods. That's pretty much no good for you. Well, that was the absolute fastest I've ever flown through IKEA. You know, when you go to IKEA, they're normally massive. You get sucked into a vortex, especially if you go with your missus, and you just never end up leaving. And then bye-bye, there's your day. You've been in IKEA for about 8 hours. Well, the one in Phuket, Thailand is the size of a very, very large house even. So you can't really get sucked into a vortex in there for 8 hours. So I was there for less than an hour, and a lot of that time was just waiting to get served to put in the order. So, not bad. But here we are, back on the usual. Feel a bit flat today. Water fast as well, which is... Now, let's talk a bit of water fast, because you're probably like, why is this guy water fasting? What's the go if you know nothing about it? And a lot of people don't know anything about it. But you should, because the benefits are 100% proven. It has been going on since the dawn of time. The simplest way to explain it is when you stop eating, your body is no longer focusing solely on digestion, or not solely because it does do other things, but it takes away that whole, we're working on digestion and we don't have much time for everything else, because it takes up a lot depending on what you eat. It's a lot of body power going into digesting your food. And now in the modern world, everyone's eating, every couple of hours at least, I would say, we're consuming something. Does your body really get a break? The science, everything says now that when you fast and do a water fast, I've never done a dry fast. That's where you do absolutely nothing. That's too much for me, especially living in this climate. But water fasting gives that digestive system a break. Now, when you go beyond kind of 24, 36 hours, you go into a phase called autophagy, which is basically a cellular cleanse where your body starts shedding dead, we'll call them dead cells, cells that can become mutant and perhaps cancerous. Your body rejuvenates. It puts more energy into, recovery of other things, building your immune system. When we talk about fat loss, yes, you're not eating, so there is that calorie restriction, but it also produces, growth hormone spikes after that 24 hours. Then you go into insulin, and you're talking about insulin sensitivity as well. So once you get that in track, you burn fuel. I was going to say you burn fuel more effectively because you're not constantly, in this high cortisol, high insulin, sensitive, blah, 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 sucking everything up, spiking blood sugars, doing all that. So there is heaps of, science, as I said, but I've been doing it now for years. My wife has done hectic, like 7-8 day water fasts. I could never do that. The longest I've done is 3 days, 72 hours. I am going to attempt to go to Tuesday morning when I started Sunday night. So my last meal was dinner Sunday night. Normally, I might just do 24 hours, but yeah, I will. It depends how I feel. Nighttime for me is always the hardest. You're sitting on the sofa, you are, you know, watching TV, you're chilling out. I can go a whole day, even where I worked out. I worked out today too, but I can go a whole day and not eat. Because, you know, you got work, you got other things, you keep distracted, it's all good. A couple of black coffees numbs your hunger, chug heaps of water, you keep pounding on. But come the night time when you're kicking back and, you know, kids are getting dinner maybe, and then you're sitting on the sofa and you're chilling out, that's when it's really hard. And then to go to bed hungry as well, that takes a whole new level of discipline. Some people really struggle to sleep, so it's just depending. And I do too, you know, when I've done those 3 days, you know, 2 days in, my stomach's groaning, it's not feeling good. You normally don't have as good a sleep because of your body naturally raises that cortisol kind of stress hormone, because you're like, hey, what's going on? But the benefits far outweigh, in a personal experience, the negatives. And I am going to get back to, post-surgery I didn't do it for a while, but I'm going to get back to doing that weekly fast. It's not just good for physically, I think it's mentally, it's spiritually, it's, you know, talked about in the Bible countless times as well, fasting. And it just gives you a clearer head and you don't have to worry about food. So if you're, you know, interested in trying it, drop a comment, ask me questions. I'm happy to give feedback. I know people hit me up on Instagram about it a fair bit because I've done some posts. But let me know if you're a prevalent faster and you've done it before and you've got any tips. Let me know. If you're interested, let me know. So yeah, there's my little rant about fasting. I'm going to get back into some work now. It is another miserable September day of rain here in Phuket. So we're just going to chug away at the desk. Yes, I'm out walking. Yes, it's the same day that I'm fasting. Yes, I did a strength and conditioning workout this morning. I can't do that because I have no food, I've got no energy. Shut up, you pussy. If you're fasting for 24 hours or even 36 hours, and you think you can't do it because you have no food, and you're not going to have energy, you need to harden up, mate. Okay, I get it, you're going, you know, if you're doing 3 days and beyond, when I do a 3-dayer, I don't, probably by day 3, I'm not doing a proper workout. Day 1, as in today, I would do a normal workout. Probably day 2 as well. Day 3 might be a walk. If you're new to it, no, don't maybe go out and smash a workout and stuff, but don't feel like you need to be a fat slob and a sloth on the sofa as well. You should still be walking. It's going to help your body more, flush out your system. So walking is great if you're on a fast. If you feel like you can do a workout, do a light workout. Oh, I'm not going to have protein. I'm going to not get any gains. Shut up again. It's not going to make a difference for a day or so. If you're doing short fasts, the point of this little message is to harden up and life carries on as normal. In fact, life will probably become more beneficial, more productive, because you're not stopping every hour or two to stuff your face. So that's today's video. I'm going to wrap it up right here, right now, before I get to the top of my mountain with the cliff top, oceanfront views. Hit the subscribe button, get involved with my channel, throw me a bone. Catch you next video.